Yo, I know what you're here for. Let's get to that sports talk, baby. And it's been a lot going on for us Washington fans in this couple weeks. We done traded for Debo. We done been in talks with Myles Garrett. It's a lot of stuff going on. So first we had to demand a trade for Myles Garrett. We need some help at DN. Then later on, Khalil Mack at free agency, Joey Bosa being released by the Chargers, and now you got Trey Hendrickson. Bengals letting him know he can request a trade. So it's a lot of DNs available for our team, and we're looking to improve at that position. And since we already traded for Debo, let's start talking about these acquisitions on the defensive side that we should be really locking into. You feel me? So first off, Joey Bosa is now released. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't get to talk about that. I had a whole different thumbnail than this. That is the thumbnail now. It was just Joey Bosa released, and then Trey Hendrickson that broke the news today. So we're gonna get to all three defensive players within Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, and Joey Bosa. Let's look at the stats. Let's look to see if these guys, what they do over the years. Let's see the guys, how much they might make costs, and what's their track record been so far, and which player we should really dive into and get in this offseason as in defensive end wise. Joey Bosa, he will cost $25 mil against the cap for the Los Angeles Chargers. Remember when they was the San Diego Chargers? He was the last one left. So the San Diego Chargers are now extinct. They don't live anymore. So Joey Bosa was the last one of the San Diego Charger era, and this is a guy who's been through injury history, bro. We can share this tab right here. Very high risk. This is like Draft Sharks. This is why I look up injury history of Joey Bosa. Hand wrist fracture, foot sprain, groin tear, concussion, ankle sprain, concussion. So this is a guy who has a very high risk, and you see right here, very high risk of Mike getting injured again. So I don't know if this is a guy that you might want. Stats wise, share this tab. 5 sacks. This is what's his season so far this year. Let's go all the way to stats. My bad. On Joey Bosa. 2024. This guy had 5 sacks, assist tackle, played 14 games. So this guy hasn't played all his games for a very long time due to injury. 5 games played in 2022, 9 games played in 2023, and 14 games played in 2024. And over the 14 games played, this is what his production has given you. So he's already had a bag. He got a bag from the Los Angeles Chargers, and now $25 million. You can open up $25 million. You got to kind of do that, bro. Some teams that may need, we need a DN. So I wouldn't be mad at giving it a shot, giving it a call. You know what I'm saying? Trey Hendrickson will probably be way better of a dog than Joey Bosa for sure, but we have to kind of pay upwards of $30 million a year for Trey Hendrickson. Joey Bosa could probably, who knows, feel like he got a chip on his shoulder. Sometimes you want those guys that got a chip on their shoulder. They've been released, and now they get a new atmosphere, a new place to settle at, and then he might, boom, give us another great 2 years. You don't know what got kind of risky players like this one, and due to his injury history, we really don't know if we're going to have him all 17 games. You feel me? Because he hasn't done that in a while. But Joey Bosa was one of those guys when he did get his reset in the market type of contract. And things are pairing up with Nick Bosa. He has his brother in the league. 49ers are right there in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? Right there. I mean, not right there in Los Angeles, but in California on that side. You feel me? You're not going anywhere. You don't got to move for real. You know what I'm saying? The taxes might be crazy, but these are some of the top 5 landing spots for Joey Bosa if he was to go somewhere else. 49ers, Commanders, Lions, Rams, Cardinals. Top of the list, 49ers, like I said, and like we just talked about, his brother. He has a brother on that team in Nick Bosa. He can be on the other side. I don't know who's going to give up 97. I do not know who's going to give up 97, but Bosa, he might got to keep that 97 if it's me. Y'all tell me who should keep 97 if he goes to the 49ers. That would be crazy because the 49ers just gave up Hargrave, Greenlaw, Hufunga might be gone, Travarius Ward. He's going to be one of those lists on free agency. So the 49ers are losing a lot of people on defense, but they probably be looking to gain back some players and might be on a friendly deal for Joey Bosa. And you might can get a lot of stats out of a guy like Joey Bosa and keep him on a deal that's really cheap. Commanders, we have been looking for a DN. Dante Fowler had, I think it was 11, 12 sacks this year, but really didn't do much in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Our defensive line really got crushed by Jahmyr Gibbs. We got crushed by Saquon Barkley. We've seen it in the NFC Championship, and the D-line has been really not that good in the running game. So we're looking for a guy who can get to the quarterback and stop the run. Like I said, Joey Bosa is if we're looking towards Myles Garrett and Hendrickson, and that's what our staff is looking at, then cool. If they say we want Joey Bosa, I'm cool with that too. I feel like Joey Bosa can help our line. It's definitely not a disimprovement, but I'm looking like, look at this. You compare him, Joey Bosa, bring back Chase Young. Chase Young really don't got to be no starter, but he can role play in it. You know what I'm saying? And then we can get a little push at the defensive line. But in order to stop Saquon Barkley, in order to stop that beast back there, offensive player of the year, and Saquon Barkley, you're going to have to need a Myles Garrett. You're going to have to need a Trey Hendrickson. And Trey Hendrickson, he's accounted over 48% of Bengals tackles or tackles for loss, something like that. That's the most in like NFL history for a team. Lions, they trade for Danielle Hunter. Hutchinson took a terrible injury, went out for the year. And you don't know. Joey Bosa kind of started like a Hutchinson, and then they get a severe injury, and then down the line there was injuries after that. So hopefully this is not a domino effect for Hutchinson, but you don't want to have that type of situation happen again. And then you have nobody at defensive line. You really can't get to the quarterback. So adding Joey Bosa on the other side of Hutchinson can free up Hutchinson, and they can really do damage. Like, if he goes to the 49ers on the other side of Nick Bosa, that could be straight damage for any quarterback going against that. Lions, you go on the other side of Hutchinson, that could be really damaged. Rams, you got Jared Verse, offensive rookie of the year. You add Joey Bosa to that line, it boosts it up way more than you think of. Joey Bosa is an injury-prone type of guy. He might be, in some words, in some people's mouths, as washed, but the guy can definitely, he might give you some production. Like I said, this year, he only played 5 games last year. That's the reason why we're really letting him go. Finishing it off with the Cardinals, I'm not sure if Joey Bosa is looking for a team like the Cardinals. I think he maybe want to contend. So these 4 up here, Arizona Cardinals is a stretch. If you overpay him, then you overpay him and you get Joey Bosa, and that's where Joey Bosa might go. Remember, the Cardinals, they got J.J. Watt at one point. Those are the type of guys that get those type of names on the back half of their career. So hope and Mike could be in that type of situation. Yeah. How y'all feel about Joey Bosa? Should he be another name added to the list going forward for our team and Washington Commanders? Because, bro, we need some help. We need some help. And there's a list right now, Adam Schefter, right here, of players informed of the release this week. This is just this week. This is just this week. Devontae Adams, Joey Bosa, Evan Ingram, Tyler Lockett, Darius Slay, James Bradbury, Jamal Hargrave, Gardner Minshew, that could be a good backup. Jamal Williams, running back, good backup running back. Devin Duvernay, all these guys down here, I don't really know, but these are the guys that got informed of release, and these are top names right here. All the way down to kind of Hargrave. Those are the names that you kind of think of, minus probably James Bradbury. But Darius Slay, Lockett, Ingram, Bosa, Devontae Adams, Hargrave, Those could be some steals for a lot of teams, getting them for a cheap amount of bread. And this is not even adding. This list is not even adding this week of Trey Hendrickson being informed that he can seek a trade anywhere he wants to be at, and DK Metcalf demanding a trade almost on the same day as they let Tyler Lockett walk away. So this offseason is buzzing for our team. This offseason is buzzing for a lot of teams, and a lot of teams are looking to add to their team and try to get better. So it's who could snake the next person, who can add this other extra meal and steal this player from this team. Like, it's a business, bro. And we have top 3 in cap space. We just traded for Debo. We need a defensive end. We need a corner, and those are some of the positions that we need to be looking for. But okay, Trey Hendrickson. So Trey Hendrickson, that's been trending on Twitter as of lately. This is news that has broken today. Trey Hendrickson, guy who's averaged the guy who had 17 and a half sacks last year, number 1 in the NFL in sacks. The guy was dominant this year. The team has let him know that he can go somewhere else, seek a trade. The Bengals have taken the rare step of granting All-Pro DN Trey Hendrickson permission to seek a trade. It's been an honor and privilege to represent Cincinnati over the last 4 years, said Hendrickson, the NFL sack leader. I love the city and the organization. I appreciate it. It doesn't make sense to me for a team. It does not make sense to me for a team who's been horrible on defense. Your best player, the guy who had the number 1 amount in sacks, causing pressure, causing havoc on another defensive team. He is responsible for 48.6% of the Bengals sacks in 2024. That is most by any player for any team in the NFL. This guy can get after the quarterback. We need somebody like that. This is a guy who's a character guy, loves an organization. No, you haven't seen nothing about Hendrickson that said this man has bad character, bad play, anything like that. And wearing that 91, who does that remind you of? That reminds you of Ryan Kerrigan. Niggas know what Ryan Kerrigan was doing back in the day. Back when he was playing, he a coach right now for our team, but Ryan Kerrigan was that dude on the defensive line, and we can get another Ryan Kerrigan. I'm not sure that could be he gonna cost us a lot of money though. This is a guy who's number 1 in sacks. You see when Max Crosby got $106.5 million. He is the highest paid non-QB in the NFL. DNs are starting to be paid. They're getting paid. They're getting paid more than wide receivers right now at this point. But between Myles Garrett, Hendrickson, and Joey Bosa, these are some kind of names that, man, you would not think 3 years ago these guys would be available this year. It's sad to see the Bengals just feel like they want to wait until the last minute and try to pay these guys. They tag, and this doesn't make any sense. You got so much money wrapped up in offense, and you know your defense has been horrible. It's been bad. Your offense was magnificent. Jamar Chase, the 3 crown king, receptions, yards, touchdowns. Joe Burrow, comeback. I think he was comeback player of the year or something like that. Bro, you can't give a guy in $26 million in a cap hit already in the franchise tag, and then feel like you need money on the other side to get. It doesn't make any sense. But he's Trey Hendrickson, and it's for the second year. They let him know last year he can be traded somewhere else, and now he is known now to go to another team. Might be on another team. We can use a Trey Hendrickson, bro. Hey, look, right on time. Who that look like, bro? Right on time, bro. Forget about Myles Garrett. If we can get a Trey Hendrickson or Joey Bosa for a lower price in 2nd or 3rd round draft picks, yeah, that's what I'm right on the George. And shout out George back in the chat. Appreciate you, George, for joining back up today. You knew I was going to come out. We're going to try to stay consistent and be on this type of thing throughout the off season. You want all this information. You want to let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We just want to talk. Let's talk about some sports. Chill and talk about some sports. But Ryan Kerrigan, Trey Hendrickson, man, that would be type crazy. Now let's look at the stats of Trey Hendrickson this year. This is 33 solo, 17 and a half sacks, fumbles, like forced fumbles. Like these are 2 forced fumbles. So he's turning over the ball. He's getting sacks. He's in the running game because these are 33 tackles. This is 33 tackles. Probably a lot on the running back because you're a defensive end. Probably a lot of stretch plays coming out to you, and he's making the play. He is. Boom. More of the stats here. Started in the Saints with the Saints 2017, which is, I didn't even know this guy even played for the Saints. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know his name until about now, and you can kind of see why, because he's 6. My bad. Sacks. Yes, you can see right here. Wow, 2 sacks, 0 sacks, 4.5 sacks. He didn't really do much of anything until his final contract year and 13.5 sacks from New Orleans. Then he went to the Bengals. But the last 2 years, this is insane. The last 2 years, in 2024 and 2023, Trey Hendrickson has had almost 20 sacks. If you are looking for a guy to pay cheaper so you can add in different other spots and you can get him for but the thing is, Trey Hendrickson's going to try to get his bag, bro. 17.5 for the last 2 years. He's going to be looking upwards of where close to Myles Garrett is. So if you have a crack at it and you could get him cheaper and trade a 4th, 3rd rounder, and instead of going to Myles Garrett and giving up the Browns 2 first for him, like, I don't know. But the guys in the running game, these are forced fumbles, solo tackles. He averages on 30 tackles almost a season since he's been with the Bengals. 2022, 22, 28, 33. So, hey, y'all tell me, you going from Joey Bosa stats here? You going for Joey Bosa stats here? 5 sacks, 6.5 sacks, 2.5 sacks. He's very injury prone. I think Joey Bosa is the guy you give a last call to between Trey Hendrickson and trying to get Myles Garrett. If you want to stop Saquon Barkley, we know the man. If you want to stop Saquon Barkley, you're going to have to need a dude like this, bro. Real talk. I thought I'd share this with you. If you remember the old tight end Logan Thomas, his son was actually on my football team, and his son was a beast. Hey, look, because Logan Thomas was a dog. If he wasn't getting injured, because it seems like we always have these tight ends that get injured. Logan Thomas was a beast. He was throwing passes. Logan Thomas was throwing passes. He was like a quarterback out there at tight end. We had tricks plays for him. But for some reason, he always got injured. We just re-signed Bobby. I repeat, we just re-signed Bobby? We just re-signed Bobby? Hold on, let me go Twitter. Oh, no. Let me just go watch Single Man. We just re-signed Bobby, chat. Let's go. Let's go, chat. See, this was a 10 out of 10 for me, bro. This was a 10 out of 10. We needed to bring Bobby back. The guy has been a beast. Bobby Wagner. And he's almost number 1 in tackles all time. Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner, and Jeremy Chin, I think it's the type of guys that we have to bring back. This is the complete signing we needed. Bring in Dre Greenlaw, still bringing some other linebackers other than Bobby to start to, develop on our team. Somebody fast on the other side of him, but he is in the running game. Bobby has gotten us turnovers. Remember the fumble with the Bucks? That was a clutch recovery by Bobby Wagner that got us to the next round. That's the experience we need and the Super Bowl experience and the Hall of Fame experience that Bobby Wagner has been to our team. He's been very important to our team. And like I said, old guys can somewhat be better than some young guys. It is a fact. Like, the age doesn't mean everything. And Bobby Wagner is the definition of that. Had to bring Bobby back. The Commanders are re-signing standout Bobby Wagner as the leader and playmaker is back with Washington, per that guy. A key piece, Wagner and the team agreed on a strong 1-year deal worth up to $10 million with $8 million guaranteed. Wagner represented himself on the deal. Hell yeah. And we know he's going to sign 1-year deals. This is going to be 1-year deals for him. It's probably going to be his last season with us as in his career, because that will tie him with the most tackles in a season for like all time, where London Fletcher is. And that'll be a great thing to do with Washington. And a lot of these guys we're going to have to bring back. But this is amazing move by the Commanders. And I love my team, bro. I love my team, and I love this re-signing because we needed this guy back. Somewhat of Bobby Wagner stats here. 75 solo tackles. How old is this guy? $34 years old. 75 solo tackles. 75. We ready, bro. We ready. Now, yo, let's go. Let's go, George. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got it. I love it. I love it. I didn't think it wasn't going to happen either. I'm not going to say I kind of predicted it, but I'm predicting these guys to come back with the Zach Ertz probably is going to resign. I need Jeremy Chin re-signed. Tressway is another guy that needs to be re-signed, even though he's just a punter. He's been with us for like 10, 11 years. So you bring back him. De'Ami Brown, conversations here and there. If you want, let him walk. But Bobby Wagner was one on that list of guys that, we needed him. We needed him. Let's compare him to his other season in the seasons where he's been all pro. 75 tackles. He just had 96 solo tackles last year. 75 this year. If he can just give us this, give me them tackles, we straight. He's in the running game, and he can see things other linebackers can't. And he can develop younger linebackers that can't see what he's seeing. Since he's been in the league, he has the experience. Let's go, Commanders. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Bring Bobby back. We need that. Let's get it. Got a couple sacks here and there, but we looking for here. We look at 75. The man has been great his whole career. He's been great. Let's get it. I'm with it. Linebacker Bobby Wagner, a 10-time Pro Bowler. 10-time Bowler is returning to Washington Commanders on a 1-year deal. In 2024, Wagner was named second-team All-Pro. Walter Payton Man of the Year candidate. The 11th time. For the 11th time in his career, he made an all-pro team. 11. And was again voted to the Pro Bowl. He also recorded 100 or more tackles for a 13 consecutive season, tying former Washington linebacker London Fletcher for the second longest streak in NFL history. The guy's chasing history, and he could become number one. This man, we didn't got a Ray Lewis. We didn't got a London Fletcher. We didn't got a Bobby Wagner. It just happens with our team. LeVar Arrington. You know what I'm saying? We get some dogs at linebacker. It just happens. We like even some of the, I'm not comparing Cole Holcomb or none of these guys to it, but we get some all-time great players in if it's Darrell Green, if it's Champ Bailey, we gonna get some players on our team, like some great players. Wagner, 34, finished with the team high 132 tackles and 2 sacks, or forced fumble and 2 forced fumble recoveries. He became a key leader for Washington, which sent 12-5 with the 12-5 record we reached to get to the NFC Championship game. So, like I said, we got to the NFC Championship game with this guy. There's one of these guys we got to bring back. Shout out to the move. I'm liking the moves that Washington are making, but still talking about the key moves at DN. Breaking news, and kind of our little breaking news, we done got straight into the channel. You feel me? I think this is our first time, so shout out to the first breaking news that happened right on the channel in time. Shout out for George letting us know in the chat. Now give us Trey Hendrickson or Joey Bosa. We going straight rocket ship to the moon, nigga. To the moon. To the moon. We going to the moon. Shout out to George in the chat. Sponcho back in the chat. He be saying some crazy stuff. Don't forget RG3. RG3 is the dog too. That's what I'm saying. We get some dogs. Even in some of the old guys, they play good for us. For some reason, when we get some old guys, they do kind of play good for us. Don't cap. We done had it before. Some guys will come on here and play good for us for some years. We re-signed Zane Gonzalez. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of like the guy. He's a little fidgeting, you know what I'm saying? He got his own key routine to come out there and hit the kick. As long as you hit the kick, we straight with you. I just need you to hit the field goal. In addition to have interest in edge Trey Hendrickson, the Commanders have also called the Browns regarding the Myles Garrett. So we are looking to try to get Trey Hendrickson or Myles Garrett. It has to be. Joey Bosa probably doesn't end up with Washington Commander, because if there's reports out here, and I'm not saying this is a guy, who knows? Because we like that. 10 million for Bobby. Give him what he wants. As long as he's not getting like 20 million like you. No, we straight. 1 year, 10 million. You straight. You definitely deserve it. The Commanders are trying very hard to get one of these star edge rushers. We are trying to get Washington Today. This is my guy. You need to see him on Instagram. Follow Washington Today. Jordan, he breaks all the news, bro. He does break all the news. Even Sports Junkies on YouTube. Y'all know what it is if y'all watching the Commanders content. What pass rusher are we going to get? Is it Hendrickson? 17.5 sack a year. This guy is a dog. He's a proven guy. 30 years old is kind of a high price for an older guy. I think Myles Garrett is kind of younger. But let's dive into Myles Garrett and let's kind of compare the two. And Trey Hendrickson, and he had 14 sacks this year. Trey Hendrickson and Myles Garrett, to see which player do we want? Bosa, Garrett, or Hendrickson? Man, there's so much DN, so much key pieces we need that are coming out this year. It's like the perfect time for us. We need a second wide receiver to Terry. Here comes DK. Here comes Debo. Here comes Devontae. Here comes Diggs. Here comes the whole boatload for you to pick from, for you to add your second receiver to Terry. And Debo, I think, is a good is a number one guy. You see him in his quotes in this offseason already regarding the team and his prove it year. He feels like he's going to be one of the best players. So Debo, magnificent move. Last year is his contract prove it year. I think he's going to go off under JD5 and Cliff Kingsbury. Myles Garrett, here we go. 14 sacks. So 14, 16, 6. This guy's giving you consistency and is in the running game. I'm not running towards Myles Garrett's side. The man is a Terminator. You see the costumes he comes out with. He has a graveyard in the back of his house of quarterbacks he didn't sacked. That's what I want my DNs doing. That's what I want. I want to strike fear into Jalen Hurts' heart when a nigga like Myles Garrett is coming back there. Trey Hendrickson. He's going to destroy it, whoever DN is on them. If we keep Dante Fowler and he comes back on some friendly deal, then yeah. But as in Khalil Mack, Trey Hendrickson, Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, we have to get one of these guys, or split the money and get two DNs, or split the money, get a corner and a DN. Who knows? We got a lot of money to work with. I think we give tight end Evan Ingram a call too, bro. We got to add to tight end too, even if we get Zach Ertz. But that's the start of our signings with Bobby Wagner. This is just the start too, yo. This is just the start. Shout out Jordan in the chat. All right, bro. Let's get Trey Hendrickson on a 3-year good defense money deal, and we set. Like I said, Trey Hendrickson's going to cost us some bread. He is going to cost us some bread. He just is. He will cost us some bread. 30 million. He's going to want something in 3 years. worth up to $30 million a year, close to Crosby, not at Crosby's money per se, because I don't think he's a better guy than Max Crosby for sure, even though he's had 17 sacks the last 2 years. You can't go against the numbers. The guy had 17 sacks last 2 years. Myles Garrett, 14 sacks in the last 2 years. So let's add one of these DNs. Let's start talking about this defense. Let's get straight into making these money moves. Off the free agency is next week. So all these guys that are getting released, all these guys that are in trade requests, it's going to start to break it down and hit the bombshell next week. And we're going to be on every day. I'm on every day. We're talking about every move every single day, and I will be on it. Keep tuning in, 6:30 every single day on this free agency stuff, on these free agency moves. I appreciate y'all for checking in on your boy. Breaking news, Bobby Wagner has been signed. How happy are you of that? How happy are you of Trey Hendrickson coming, seeking a trade? I think it's a dumb move by the Bengals. A stupid-ass move by the Bengals because your defense is ass. But here, put Hendrickson out here on the platter and say, hey, somebody, we're taking deals for him. Cool. He's entering the last year of his deal. You can't be asking for too much. You can't be offering no more than, because Myles Garrett, you have to send 2 firsts out in order to get Myles Garrett. He still has 2 years left on his deal, and you're talking about extending him another 3 years. That's 5 years you got to have Myles Garrett. Trey Hendrickson, he's 30 years old. He's on the last year of his deal. They know they can't bring him back because they got to sign Jamar Chase to a $40 million a year contract. So this is a guy that we should probably target and has character. I want a character guy. I want a guy that's going to buy in to what Dan Quinn is giving out, what Joe Witt is giving out. In that defense, we're going to have Trey Hendrickson going. I ain't going to lie. Trey Hendrickson is going to be going, bro. And he already reminds you of Ryan Kerrigan. He just does. Teams we could see losing him to, maybe Lions. I think Lions are going to be in a sneak peek of him. Maybe we could lose them to a team in the Rams who add that to a DN. Who knows? Who knows? But I think we're going to be buyers for a DN. We're going to be buyers, chat. We're going to be buyers, chat. I swear every single day of this free agency is going crazy. It's going crazy. Shout out Georgia. It's going crazy. Every day of free agency has been like Christmas. I ain't gonna lie. I'm every single second, every single minute that goes by, something happens. We just got the breaking news of Bobby Wagner just now. You know what I'm saying? Trey Hendrickson, before I could even start the stream that happened, and I had a whole nother thumbnail on here of Joey Bosa, and it was just Joey Bosa, and I'm like, damn, Trey Hendrickson, team is allowing him to go test the market, like, and it's right when we need some DNs. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Where's DK going to go? Where's DK going to move at? Where's Devontae Adams going to sign at? Where is a lot of these name brand guys out here? Where are they going to be at? Hargrave, the 49ers will let him go. I mean, look, what is just happening, and it's not even free agency yet. Think of next week is going to be wild. Not even free agency has started, and it's going to be wild. Shout out to George in the chat. Appreciate you commenting in. Anybody else have any questions about our off season on what do I think, or what do you think? I want to hear y'all out there about what you think this off season after DN. Maybe after DN, what do? We go straight to corner, or do we go to corner first? Do we get that nipped in the bud and then go to DN? Or hell no, all of these DNs coming out, we got to go for one of these guys. And he wears 91. You know who else wear 91? My guy Ryan Kerrigan. He was a dog. A straight diz dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Rusher, forget about the injury-prone, past his prime Joey Bosa. The Niners should call the Cincinnati Bengals about Trey Hendrickson. The Bengals have given him permission to seek a trade. You always thought that he was going to be the odd man out because Cincinnati wants to support Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has talked about the Bengals needing to go all in, and Cincinnati is trying to negotiate contract extensions with Jamar Chase as well as T. Higgins. The latter, the Bengals putting the franchise tag on him. But the 49ers need to build this defense up, especially in the trenches. What better way to do it than with Hendrickson? Some risk here. You'd have to trade for him. Joey Bosa.
Thing about that is, bro, you gonna put all your money into to Higgins and Chase. Your defense is shot. All right, gang. Your defense is shot. I don't know how you get better on defense. So the Bengals are just, and we see what happened. You put all your money, all your faith in on your offense, they end up losing games. You just seen it week fucking 3. You seen it week 3 when we spanked that ass on I think it was Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football. Trey Hendrickson, since joining the Bengals in 2021, 57 sacks, 299 pressure, 17.4% pressure rate, 92.2 pass rush grade, 5th, 2nd, 5th, 3rd. So he's putting up big numbers. We need, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We need one of these guys. The Commanders are one of the teams interested in trading for Trey Hendrickson. Oh, yeah. We gave a call for Myles Garrett. We definitely tuning in to Trey Hendrickson. I don't give a fuck. Give Bengals a call now, yesterday. Yesterday, you should have gave them a call. 17.5 sacks in the last 2 years. We ain't never had something like that. We need somebody to get at Jalen Hurts. We need you. Have we seen our schedule? Has anybody seen Commander's schedule? Let's go to the Commander's schedule. Damn. Like we're going to get some quarterbacks, bro. We're going to get some quarterbacks next year. Hold on, it gotta be on here somewhere. Or it's on Google. Let's go to Google. All right, Commanders 2025 home and away opponents. Home and away opponents. Let me share my screen. This is our opponents for next year. You don't think we need a DN for Patrick Mahomes? You don't think we need a DN for Jared Goff again? Well, we whooped his ass. Caleb Williams, old moving ass. We're going to have 10 sacks on Caleb Williams. Bo Nix, he can move around. Jalen Hurts, we got to go against his running ass every year. Dak thinks he's Jalen Hurts. Whoever the Giants get, we're going to have to go against that. You know what I'm saying? We got some Jordan Love. Michael Penix was not ass. If you a true Washington Commander fan, Michael Penix was not ass last year. It could have went either way between JD or Michael Penix last year in that game in DC. Don't know who Seattle might have at quarterback. Seems like Geno might be the quarterback again. I don't know what they're thinking, but I'm circling here. What could we do to the Chiefs last year? If we went to the Super Bowl, that's going to be a game that I'm looking at between the Chiefs over here on away side opponents. That's going to be one of those games like, bro, we could have let's see if we could have actually beat them and won the Super Bowl. The Eagles, I want them to be the first game. I want to play them first game with our new opponents, with our new team, and smack their ass, put the grease on them, smack them. BTA. But I'm liking our matchups for next year. These are the Lions again in the NFC Championship. If they were healthy, will we still beat them on defensive side? Who cares? I don't care. You were the number. Y'all were winning all them games with y'all team being injured. I don't care about none of that y'all talking about. I don't. But we got some tough quarterbacks to go against, and we need a guy like Trey Hendrickson again with these type of stats on my team. on my team. We better be calling in. We got cap space. We need to go all in. We need to go all in. The man has been a dog last year and a year before that. A lot of teams might be calling for him. A lot of teams are calling for Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa release so he can sign anywhere. If we sign Joey Bosa and we don't get Myles Garrett or Hendrickson, would that make you sad? Yeah, I'll probably be maybe a little bit like, we got Joey Bosa. That's our guy. That's who we're bringing in. So whoever guy we bring in, I don't care. I'm bringing you in with all arms. You on our team now? Your career was your career with the Bengals. You starting your new career here with the Commanders. So I'm bringing you in anyway. But Joey Bosa over Myles Garrett or Trey Hendrickson? I don't know. You tell me, chat. You tell me. BTA for the Eagles, for sure. We need Jalen Hurts getting put on his ass when we going against him. I need our DNs to be spanking ass. BTA. Sorry, chat. Shout out to Awesomeness back in the chat. Appreciate you, George, and Awesomeness tuning in to the latest episode of Lace 'em Up Sports Talk Show. We're going to be doing this free agency stuff all the time. We're going to be doing this stuff for the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? What targets should we look for? We're going to have to go to the 53-man roster, go to roster cuts. Who are we going to cut? Who are we going to cut before the active season? Who we going to bring in, man? It's going to be a special off season. It's not even football. Football is not even here. And we got news busting every day. We got news. Bobby Wagner just signed. Trey Hendrickson, he can seek a trade. Joey Bosa released. And it's on the perfect time because we need a DN. We need somebody to stop Saquon Barkley. That nigga Saquon Barkley, he been doing too much. He been acting too different lately. I'm done with him. We better bottle his ass up every time we go against him. We better bottle his ass up. And we seen what happened that game where Jamison Crowder won it at the end and we got that touchdown at the end. We seen once Jalen Hurts got his ass out of there, Bobby Wagner bottled his ass up. So if we start sacking Jalen Hurts and his ass start fidgeting him back there, just like we did with Jared Goff, because what set it off with Jared Goff in that divisional round is when he fumbled that ball and we got the ball back, got that strip fumble. I forgot who got it. Maybe Fowler got it. And we got that ball back. His ass was back there fidgeting in the pocket and threw that bitch to Quan Martin, and he took that shit right to mommy's house to the end zone. So, hey, look, our defense finished sharpen up with a guy like Trey Hendrickson and a guy like Myles Garrett and Joey Bosa. I thank y'all for tuning in. Keep tuning in. We talk about this stuff at 6:30 p.m. every day. Free agency. Tune in to the last live streams. Tune in to my reaction to Debo. Tune in to during the season, we go to the games. We get fan interaction and trivia shorts and stuff like that. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. God bless, chat. God bless. Appreciate y'all.